George W. Bush came to office after the most disputed election in modern times. He entered office speaking about the promise of the individual and the promise of democracy.
The peaceful transfer of authority is rare in history, yet common in our country. With a simple oath, we affirm old traditions and make new beginnings. As I begin, I thank President Clinton for his service to our nation. And I thank Vice President Gore for a contest conducted with spirit and ended with grace. I am honored and humbled to stand here where so many of America's leaders have come before me, and so many will follow. We have a place, all of us, in a long story, a story we continue, but whose end we will not see. It is the story of a new world that became a friend and liberator of the old. The story of a slave-holding society that became a servant of freedom. The story of a power that went into the world to protect but not possess, to defend but not to conquer.
While he promised a modest agenda during the election campaign, he convinced Congress to pass the largest tax cut in history. Any plans President Bush might have had were changed on September 11, 2001, when terrorists attacked both New York and Washington, destroying the Twin Towers in New York and damaging the Pentagon. Responding to the attack became the center point of the presidency. Bush helped put together a broad coalition that supported American efforts in Afghanistan to oust the Taliban and tried to capture bin Laden, the architect of the 9/11 attack. The Bush administration then turned its attention to Iraq, where the U.S. overthrew the regime of Saddam Hussein, who was eventually executed. While the initial attack in Iraq went well, a civil war eventually developed that forced the U.S. to surge additional troops. In his second term, Bush tried to privatize Social Security, but the plan aroused tremendous opposition. At the end of his second term, the United States entered the worst financial crisis since the Great Depression.